The Dominican Republic was the site of the first European settlement in the New World, formerly named Santo Domingo, and was founded in 1493. It was never a major empire, but instead a colony that drew in a lot of valuable resources to Europeans. In 1844, the Dominicans gained their independence. Before its independence, it was united under Haitian rule by the Europeans. In the 1930s, it was turned over to a dictatorship, but later returned to democracy in the 1960s. Over the years, it established its own culture through the adoption of European, African, and Caribbean influences.
Natives of the Dominican Republic are typically very proud of their ethnic background. Dominicans have mainly European and African roots with native Taino influences. Their descendants are customarily proud of their ethnicity and culture that has carried many traditions over the hundreds of years of their country's existence. Dominican Spanish is the language primarily spoken, with its influences from the Caribbean Spanish as well as other African languages brought during the slave trade.
Although the Dominican Republic is a place of diversity, Catholicism is the religion that has been predominantly practiced over the years. In more modern times, Protestant and non-Christian groups, including Buddhists, Jews, and Muslims, have experienced a population boom. Juan Pablo Duarte played a huge role in the history of the Dominican Republic through his massive contribution to the country's independence in 1844. Rafael Trujillo was a highly influential politician and soldier who ran the Dominican Republic from the 1930s through 1960s until he was assassinated. Someone who also made a huge impact would have to be Juan Bautista Alfonseca, the father of Dominican music and founder of Dominican folklore. With his musical influences in the 1800s, the Dominican culture became even richer. In the Dominican Republic, the economy is stable due to the hardworking people of the country. They sweat through hours of work in the sun in the tropical heat, doing important jobs like farming and construction. Most of their agriculture is also exported for the benefit of their country. Foods such as bananas, cocoa beans, rolled tobacco, raw sugar, and raw tobacco take up a large portion of their exports. But their exports aren't their only means of making money. Tourism is a huge industry in the Dominican Republic that makes a lot of its country's revenue as well.
The Dominican Republic occupies the eastern two-thirds of the island of Hispaniola. It is the second largest country in the Caribbean after Cuba. The Dominican Republic has a wide spread of different geographical aspects, like their semi-desert plains, rich valleys, and tropical rainforests, with rivers, lakes, and beaches throughout the country. Rivers like the Yaque del Norte, Una River, and Yaque del Sul provide beautiful scenery and wildlife, as well as the mountain range of the Cordillera Septentrional. Cibao Valley is also one of the most important places in the Dominican Republic because it is the most fertile valley in the entire country.
The government in the Dominican Republic revolves around representative democracy, therefore allowing its people to have a large say.
As you probably know, tourism is a huge deal in the Dominican Republic. People are usually drawn into the beauty of the Republic and its exclusive culture. Large tourist attractions include Eastern National Park, Punta Cana, Playa Dorada, La Romana, Samana Bay, Jaraboca, Lake Enriquillo, Basilica of Our Lady, and even more. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get to this heavenly, surreal place? The best method of travel to the Dominican Republic would have to be on a plane. It would make the most sense to take a direct flight from Florida because that way there's no hassle or dealing with passports into other neighboring countries.
A few of many great hotels in the Dominican Republic that are destined to satisfy every travel need include Iberostar Grand Hotel Bavaro, the Reserve at Paradiscus Palmareal, Sanctuary Cap Cana, and Zoetry Agua Punta Cana. Now that you know all the details about the Dominican Republic, hopefully you'll plan your trip soon.